So let me at this juncture allow an official from our elections directorate, Ms. Ellen, to come and address you on other issues that I may have left out in my address. Ellen.
Thank you. Good evening, members of the press. I'll just make a few additions with respect to what is transpiring today and also what has been encountered by the people of Zimbabwe. Basically, I'll talk about mainly the challenges that we experience, particularly issues around the ballot paper. We have noted with concern as the CCC the delays in the provision of the ballot papers to the respective constituencies and votes. And due to that, we have seen delays in terms of the starting times for the voting. Of course, we had instances where voting started in time, like in Harare Central, for example, it started around 7 a.m. and Harare East, we started in time. But then we have cases where in some instances, the starting time was around 9:30 or 10 o'clock, thereabouts, or even after 2 p.m. and just as well in Glenview North, the voting has just started at around 4:30 p.m. So those are some of the concerns that we noted, the delays, and unfortunately, the delay is not only in Harare also. We have a situation where in Manila, at around 12 midday, only about 4 out of 26 constituencies started the voting process. And also in Bulawayo, I'm sure you noted the concerns about with regards to Bulawayo, the ballot paper for council candidates, which serious errors, grave errors, and due to that, voting started very late in most of the wards in Bulawayo. For example, Bulawayo Central started at around 11 a.m. Same applies to Bulawayo North, Bulawayo South, Entumbali and Jubei started at a quarter past 12 midday. Kokoma Silingazi 11 a.m. Pelanda 11 a.m. and Pomona started very late at 2:30 p.m. And those were the concerns that we noted. And however, like what the previous speaker said, we really salute the people of Zimbabwe because they have stood resilient, and some of them they are still there waiting for the starting time. And they are still there waiting for them to cast their sides. And what we noted in this regard is there is a 12-hour time frame allowable for voting. And we are, as the people see, we are keeping watch of the times that the voting process started, and we expect that to adhere to the 12-hour prescribed time frames. If the voting started, say, at 2:30, then we expect the voting to stop at 2:30 a.m. So basically, this is where we are in terms of the starting times, and will refer the proceedings to the other speakers. I think.
Right, members of the press, now that we've heard that summary from our chief election agent for the presidential candidate, as well as our elections directorate, we're now going to defer proceedings to our chain champion-in-chief, President Nelson Chamisa, who's going to give up or deliver the main address.
Thank you, Advocate Mahere. Just to say that there's no main address to be made by myself, but just to appreciate members of the press for attending at such a short notice. We had no intention to have this press conference. As you are aware, this afternoon I voted in Kwazana. I was so humble. The level of support from the people is overwhelming, but also humble. But what is disturbing is that we had hoped that we'd have a normal election. The election has not been normal. I think the chief election has already indicated to you what our complaints and concerns are. In fact, I'm sure they told you that they approached ZEC, but ZEC seems to be either weak, incapable, or out of capacity to deal with the issues that are supposed to be dealt with. Because those issues that were raised have not been addressed by ZEC, and it's a cause for concern. Uh, ZEC seems to have confirmed our fears that they will probably fail to pass the credibility test, the professionalism test, the independence test, and the constitutionality test, and more importantly, the non-partisanship test. Because we don't expect ZEC to pitch camp with any side of the fighting or competing sides in this election. The fact that they've targeted Arani, the fact that they've targeted Bulawayo is an indication that they are scared of people in the urban areas. They are scared of citizens in the urban areas. And if you look at the number of voters in Harare, you're talking of over 1.2 million registered voters who, in the main, have been disenfranchised. This is a clear case of voter suppression, a classic case of stone age, antiquated, analog reading, where you say, find an excuse to say, we have all the other ballots, the presidential ballot is there, the parliamentary ballot is there, but you don't have the council. This is in Harare, where the ballots are being printed, but you have ballots from Uzumba, from Muzi, from Toko, where there's no printing press that prints ballots. It tells you that you need to smell a big red in terms of the approach of ZEC. And ZEC is not alone. It is handlers. And it is those handlers who are afraid of the imminent verdict of the people. That verdict is being contaminated, adulterated, because the people have spoken. Across the country, people are clear that they want change and they support us. I mean, you can see that ZANU-PF are very desperate. They are rattled. They did not start today. They did it with the issue of the nomination. They did it even before the nomination, the gerrymandering in terms of the boundaries. They did it even with double candidates, connivance to impose double candidates in the triple C. What they tried to do in Ulawa when they intended to withdraw and remove our 12 members of parliament. And now what you are seeing is an escalation of those antics and tactics. Tactics of desperation, tactics that are deliberate, that are shameless, and tactics that are done by people who are in trouble. They have no mandate to govern this country. So they've plunged this country into a crisis. Starting from tomorrow, there's no government in Zimbabwe. Mr. Mnangagwa can claim, but he's not the president of this country, legally and constitutionally. So the country is being driven into a crisis, a constitutional crisis, a political crisis, and an electoral crisis. But we've said, and I must thank the citizens, and we are encouraging all the citizens, wherever you are, if you have not cast your vote, make sure you cast your vote. Your vote must count. They don't want your vote to count. They want to discount your vote, particularly in Harare, in Bulawayo, in Manika. But there's a formula to the madness. Mr. Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF, they know that they have no support in this problem. the citizens to do this. And I've always said, God is it? God's way, God's will shall be fulfilled. And there's going to be celebration in this time because the people want change. The people want a new path in the new year. I want to thank any persons, any persons, thanking our teams who are doing a fantastic job. We receive reports on what is happening across the country. That's right. Thank you for raising that. That's our concern. By making sure that people don't vote in time, they are trying to create an opportunity for criminal voting, for cheating and chicana, for amplifying the vote in the everyday by importing people from the road. We understand that they did have enough buses and cars in 39 to move people from the rural area. I suppose that's the reason why we can only condemn because we ask for the explanation from that they can't be the reason. Because Zanu do not indicate the reason why they're doing. By helping night activities, you actually undermine the security and credibility of the vote. You're actually rendering the vote vulnerable to machination, forces, dark forces that operate at night. And that is our biggest problem for the Harare vote. And even the vote was supposed to be counted, but now. Under these circumstances, how confident are you that this election is going to produce a credible outcome? If you know what is the reason for continuing with the process that probably end up with a disputed outcome, this is the highlights of your presentation. The sanctity of the sacrifice of the people is important to respect. The people are committed. The people want their vote to come. I have no power to nullify or discredit or discount that vote and that voice until we have done consultation with those people who voted. When somebody spends all day in the queue and you just wake up and say, to hell with that. We can't do that. We must respect the dignity of that vote. We must respect the sacrifice of the elder, of the young, of people who are still not feeling sick people who have been in the queue for their voice to come in government. You know, we are peacemakers. We want to give peace a chance and democracy a chance. But there's a line in the sand that needs to be crossed. So in terms of the credibility, you can see that Mr. Mnangagwa was planning all along.
to nullify the credibility of this vote. It is up to him to justify to the world and to the people of Zimbabwe why he wants to continue on this path of unity. But as for us, we will not allow it, because we can't allow this country to be ruled or governed by people who do not have the mandate to see.
I think for the first time in our country, we're going to a night election. Public opinion is concerned that they started voting a bit late, and yesterday we woke up today in the morning with a lot of flyers that were paid from the CCC discrediting that you had actually disformed this election. Now, given these circumstances, where we're having people voting at night, does the CCC have election agents with the capacity to defend the night vote, since people are continuously voting right now? Are you going to be defending the vote tonight? Because there are reports that fast agents are deployed across urban areas and across the country to try and manipulate the election.
Well, the first line on the part of ZEC is their culpability and complicity in allowing FAS to be an extension of ZEC processes. FAS is not supposed to be anywhere near ZEC processes and ZEC activities, but they have contaminated and polluted these processes by inviting a shadowy, spooky, ghostly organization that is not known at law to come and interfere, poison and discredit the election. But this is not the first time FAS is doing funny things. They did it in the internal ZANU-PF elections, and a lot of manipulations were done. You know, it's common cause. They have repeated this to then now escalate their stubbornness to a national election. We will not accept. But of course, ZANU-PF is so desperate. I've told you a catalog of their desperate acts. These are the last kicks of a dying horse. They are history. They are the past. They are clinging on to power. But the people have shown them the red card. And this is why they have the audacity to lie, hate or falsehood. Mr. Chamisa has said, I will not participate in the election because it's rigged. Because that is what they wanted us to do, to boycott the election, so that they will then play the game with their own business. But we've said, look, we are going to make you toe to toe to the last man. And we've done so. We ran a fantastic campaign. We ran a fantastic mobilization. People support us. People are with us. All the four corners of the country. We are the only national party. ZANU-PF is not a party. It's a mafia gang. That's why you see terror and everything that they're doing. And we are conscious of what they're doing, especially as they print them. We even know where they printed those flyers. We have two companies where they were printing the flyers. FAS taking a kilo, ZANU-PF playing a kilo. That's their tactics. Selu Scouts tactics, rotation tactics. They have learned well from Smith, and they continue that path of colonialism. Will stop. The people shall come, and the citizens shall come.
And besides vacation city blocks, as the party did say, what should have, what is
We have engaged that to a point of loss, to a point of actually being nuisance. We had our election engagement, our election department and bureau engagement. Like we told Zeka also, their hands seem to be tied. They don't have capacity to even tell you of what's happening. They held a press conference in the afternoon to say that I think the chief election what was what? Well, I don't know, but this effect is even scandal. They've not communicated with the people, so we don't even know what the position is. All we are just hearing is that okay, ballots are going to come. People went to the ballot, the highest turnover ever at 4 a.m. Up to this hour, they're still in the queue. What level of disrespect? What level of abuse? No respect, no apology, no special emergency, extraordinary address to say this is the situation, it must be corrected, and this is how it's going to be corrected. People have to go to work. People have to plan their lives. How do they plan their life? They have not exercised their mind and their critical vote. This day was a holiday. What about tomorrow? How do they make sure that they pursue or they follow national process? So it's a big issue that we have, particularly from we can get that. We're going to get it, but we're not happy with the response We are getting consent. I'll take three last ones. One, two, three.
Mr. Mr. Elvin, left for the person who is making the push and the party. You have said that you will not take it anymore. What is the issue of trust your way? And what is it that you do? What is different? What is different? Probably previously in other situations, what is it going to do? Which makes it different and probably convincing to them.
My brother, I'm followed by people who follow me because they trust me. You doubt me, that's okay. But those who trust us know what we are saying and they follow us. Thank you.
Just a point of clarity, you highlighted on cases of violence. Are you giving information the way this violence was
I'm sure the people elected at the highlighted, thank you, Rest, highlighted that in Muzaraban, the member of parliament in Muzaraban was attacked. There's a police report, and many other areas where we have been, I think Mazoe, across the Balkan, and I think that is the emphasis that was. And there are reports that have been made. It's official. This is not conjecture. And people have been terrorized in the rural areas. Those poor exit poll stations are terror stations because you are being asked to come there, register, and they want to know who you have voted for. You go back. That's rubbish. Doesn't happen in any civilized, jurisdiction. And that we have to fight. I'll then find the last one. Yes. Otherwise, we are going to spend the whole night. I'm sure you need to go to other places that I respect.
Mr. Chamisa, your party has raised a lot of irregularities regarding election. Let's say that 2008 itself, are you going to accept the GNU as the principal?
My brother, let's not cross, the bridge that is not important. The issue at the moment is a credible election. We can't talk of a GNU under this circumstance. A GNU to do what? To cheat people. A GNU to deceive people. The people have voted, and their vote must count. They must choose a leader of their choice. Not this thing by Mr. Mnangagwa wanting to come through the back door. In fact, he has not come through the back door. He wants to just come without even the door, just jumping off. We will not allow. He knows that he doesn't have the support of the people, but he wants to reproduce himself. Almost what we were fighting against under Mugabe is now a Mugabe times two. Maybe young people will say Mark II Mugabe. We don't want Mnangagwa to be in that kind of a thing. Let us respect the will of the people. When the people have decided, let's respect their decision. That is our request. My brother, I'll say the last, the very last thing.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to democratize.
Mr. Misa, you seem to be very sure about the outcome and how big the situation is. Do we have some alternative suggestions on how we are going to deal with this situation according to how we have clearly expressed yourself?
Thank you, sir. I think this is what police was trying to say. But let's wait for, and I said, let's wait for a preliminary report, a comprehensive report. Then we'll come to and give a way forward. Don't doubt us. If you want to understand our weight and our soul, ask Zambia. Look at the investment that they're putting in fighting us. The resources will tell you that we are no meat mouse. Nobody deploys this kind of force against people. They know our true way. And they know that we mean business. Fortunately, we mean business in peace. That's why they can't fight us. Because we can't fight and defeat the peaceful man. We carry the embodiment and wish of the people of Zimbabwe. And that's why people trust. And that's why people vote for us. And that's why people believe in us. And that's why when we say go and register to vote, they register to vote. When we say now, please make sure that you are participating in the vote, they will participate.
All right. My question is just about the presidential ballot. As like I said, and yet there are certain stations where the presidential ballot.
Well, the ZEC fiasco is legendary. It's inside of faith. I can't even start to talk about Z and this faith. I'm sure they are better, position to comment on that. I'm actually shocked. I heard that in Chicago, they don't have ballots for the president, and in other areas for the local authorities, but it's deliberate to cause confusion so that they mud the water. They catfish tribes in muddy water. You know why? Because those antics and tactics become easy. But we will not allow it to distort the will of the people and to run away from the will of the people. Fellow members of the press, thank you for your indulgence. We appreciate your time, and may God bless you. We can assure you that the will of the people of Zimbabwe and the people of Zimbabwe out there go and continue to defend your vote. Don't retire to bed before you cast your vote in those areas where you have not cast. We'll come to you on the way forward, but we want the vote to count, and we want this election to have a meaning in the lives of the people of Zimbabwe as we usher you in a new leadership and a new government. I thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Good night.
Okay.